Disgraced former Liberal MP Han Dong will be given proper standing at the China inquiry, but you will guess who won't? Yeah, that's right, the Conservative Party, and it looks like Trudeau might be running the show. This from the Western Standard. Dong, the face of Chinese foreign interference, granted standing at the China inquiry. Independent MP Han Dong, he's now independent because he resigned. He resigned after allegations of interfering, actually colluding with Chinese diplomats to keep the two Michaels imprisoned in China for a longer period of time, because at the time it would have looked like a win for the Conservatives during an election cycle because of how much pressure they were putting on. These are some serious allegations. He ended up resigning over these allegations, not from his post as MP, but just from the Liberal Party to, help the Liberal Party dodge this one. But yeah, he's still independent MP, and he stated that the allegations had portrayed him as the face of Chinese foreign interference in the federal elections. The Commission on Foreign Interference reported, according to Blacklock's reporter, Dong was granted the opportunity on Monday to have standing at the China inquiry. You wouldn't guess who isn't going to get proper standing. Well, that would be the Conservative Party. You know, the ones that were threatened, the ones who didn't lose the election, but didn't win even a minority in that election. It looks like they had the Liberals in favor, the Chinese did. Now here's Brian Lilly talking about who gets standing and who doesn't.
Public inquiry into election interference is off to a horrible start. The Conservative Party of Canada, the party targeted by Chinese foreign election interference, isn't going to get standing. That's the ruling from Marie-Josée Augue, the commissioner selected to lead up this hearing. What does that mean? It means the Conservatives can't see all the evidence. It means the Conservatives can't ask questions of witnesses. They are given intervener status, but not full status. Meanwhile, former Liberal MP Han Dong and former Ontario MPP and Cabinet Minister Michael Chan, who've been accused of being involved or benefiting from election interference, they get full intervener status. They get full participant status. They get to ask questions. But the Conservative Party, they're left out in the cold. Seems like the fix is already in.
It does seem like the fix is already in, but it gets worse than this. It sounds like, that's just corrupt. Well, let's find out just how corrupt it gets. Now, this is Nya, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, but she does a great job on Twitter. She put out this thread talking about this interference. I'm going to explain why the latest, greatest Trudeau effort into the foreign interference in federal electoral process and democratic institutions is nothing but a charade, however you want to pronounce that. First, we have to understand this cover-up was already tied. The special rapporteur and lifelong confidant, David Johnston, was given the task. This is the original thing, so this is what happened in the beginning. David Johnston was given the task. It turns out that him and the Trudeaus were ski buddies. They're neighbors. They have cottage neighbors, or neighboring cottages. Maybe not neighboring houses, but they spent vacations together. You can't make this up. But it was a conflict of interest from the get-go. See my thread here. Johnston, in making his report, could only review information he found on the internet. He wasn't even given access to CSIS and all this other stuff. And what was given to him, it wasn't unfettered access, so he reviewed what was put on the table in front of him by his lifelong friend and financial supporter, Justin Trudeau. It turns out he was also a board member of the Trudeau Foundation. Again, can't make this up. He ended up resigning. He stepped down in the whole thing. It was really bad. Even Johnson's scope of work and or access to information was limited, became obvious when his report said that there was little evidence of MP Aaron O'Toole or MP Michael Chong being targeted by the PRC. It's just, it's really ridiculous. I'll leave a link in the description for this thread. I definitely encourage you to go over and check this out. But it gets even worse. Time goes on and Trudeau promises another inquiry into Chinese interference in Canada's elections, in the Canadian elections. This one will make it the 6th attempt at whitewashing the Communist government of China assistance to get Trudeau elected in multiple elections. This inquiry is much grander than the last and the biggest charade yet, appointing Quebec judge who for many years was a partner in the same law firm as Pierre Trudeau and Jean Chrétien. Oh man, you just can't make this up. Heenan Blakey. Isn't that great? No conflict at all. This is Marie Jose Hogue. I think that's how you pronounce that. This is the charade of the inquiry in Trudeau's terms of reference for the inquiry. Set a very expansive mandate for the inquiry, but are limited to only look at the evidence which David Johnston compiled for his report, which found nothing. So you can't even look at the real evidence. We still don't even know who the 11 MPs that were involved in this were, and I doubt we ever will. They are going to waste a lot of time and money to put on a big charade, but the fix is already in. Marie Jose Hogue will find scraps but no actionable evidence, and China will again manipulate Canadian elections in 2025 or in 2024. We're not sure. It may happen this year or this coming year. The Trudeau wins a minority, just like in 2019 and 2021. The government ordering council limiting inquiry to David Johnston's evidence is this link here. So I'll leave the links in the description down below. The big charade of an inquiry decision on who gets to waste the most time for Trudeau from a partner in Daddy's law firm. The link is here. It's all a big friggin' show. This is where we're at, and it gets better. More. The Prime Minister has designated the Prime Minister as the governing minister of the inquiry into the Prime Minister's handling of the Prime Minister's winning election with possible help from China. Again, the link is in the description. This is crazy. So yeah, the Prime Minister is going to be the guy who oversees the Prime Minister's inquiry into the Prime Minister and how he won the Prime Ministership. What? Yeah, that's right. This is how deep the corruption runs in Canada. You don't believe me? Here it is. More here under the paragraph B of the definition. Appropriate minister, section 2 of the Financial Administrations Act designates the Prime Minister as the appropriate minister with the respect to the commission named in the paragraph. Oh, thank you so much, Nana, for posting that one. But yeah, here we are. The wildest conspiracies. This is from the Blacklock's reporter. The wildest conspiracies of China critics have come true, and we haven't even hit the inquiry. And this is a link to a podcast I recommend. Go check this out. It's about a 10-minute audio clip. We might go over this in the live stream tonight. Who knows? Tune in at 9:30 Eastern time. It's going to be a good show. Live streams every Friday night at the same time. Check that out, and we'll see you in there. But in the meantime, the Conservatives might not have standing, but right now they're busy keeping the Liberals from enjoying their Christmas vacation, because we don't all get to enjoy our Christmas vacations because of how much carbon tax we're going to be paying on our food and our heating. So the Conservatives are tabling thousands of amendments to keep Parliament sitting over Christmas, and they're really taking one for the team. No joke. Here they are at 1 a.m. bringing food in to keep going and keep it blasting. And we're going to talk more about this later. But I definitely, big congratulations to them for pulling one off, because this is really taking one for the team. But leave it up to Trudeau, and he'll have his vacation. Nonetheless, he'll probably just bail from this. The rest of his MPs will suffer this. But anyway, we'll talk to you tonight in the live stream at 9:30 Eastern. We'll be talking more about this and other things. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this farce of a inquiry into interference in our elections. Will we even get another election? Will they call? Will any calls for an election be thwarted because Trudeau doesn't trust our electoral process anymore because of how corrupted it's become? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.